Hello and welcome to another edition of Stockwatch. So we see that Lufthansa have not only hit their worst annual operating loss ever, but they're also saying that they won't get back to pre-pandemic levels until the middle of the decade. So you're looking at another 4 or 5 years for the German firm to get back on its feet. It made an operating loss of 5.5 billion for the full year after obvious global travel bans due to the coronavirus pandemic decimated passenger levels, and this compared with a 2 billion profit in 2019, and currently they're burning through 300 million euros a month of profit just to try and survive. So, despite vaccination rollouts worldwide, global passenger traffic was down by 72% in January alone, compared with the same month in 2019. So they're actually planning to permanently retire 100 aircraft because of this. But they are expected that the capacity level will return to about 90% by the middle of the decade, but warn that probably by the end of 2021, it will only be up to about 40 or 50%. So still a long way to go. And sticking with the aviation field in general, things are still looking bleak for Boeing, as they are now seeking a new $4 billion revolving credit facility from a group of banks as it prepares to ride out a potentially lengthy slowdown in global air demand as well. So in recent months, Boeing has just been in the headlines, one headline after the other, and it's faced a raft of suspended or postponed orders as global air travel fails to bounce back at the rate that it was hoping to anyway. And in addition, the company is now dealing with manufacturing flaws in its 787 Dreamliner. And as that wasn't enough, we heard only last week that a group of airlines have grounded the 777 Boeing as it actually burst an engine over America with debris falling out of the sky. So, its 777 aircraft has been grounded by American Airlines and other airlines around the world. You've got the 787 Dreamliner that's having difficulties as well. Orders not coming through in full force. So lots to take into consideration with Boeing. So just take a look on some statistics here. So, as I say, the German airline group flew 76% fewer passengers in 2020 and burning 300 million euros per month. As we look at the market cap, it's still decent for Lufthansa, and as it hopes to try and get back on its feet. And we're looking at the 52-week range as I usually do. It has clawed its way back. We'll look at the chart shortly, but whether or not that's going to be enough to try and get some profits this year. As we can see from the daily range, we're slumping down slightly, but it is actually still in a decent day's range in the 12 euro mark. So that's not too bad for the company. Analyst rating as well, saying it is underweight. There is more sellers than buyers at the moment. Obviously, an underperforming or underweight recommendation means the stock is expected to do slightly worse than the overall market stock return. So, something to take into consideration there. And just a couple of quotes from the chief executive, that he wants digital vaccinations and test certificates need to replace travel bans and quarantine so people can once again visit family and friends, and in general just go on holiday and take breaks. So this is quite a bold statement from the CEO, and he is expecting demand to pick up again as soon as restrictive travel limits are reduced by a further rollout of tests and vaccines. So it seems like a lot of the airlines are just praying that the vaccination rollouts are effective and do actually go into fruition. Boeing as well. To be honest with you, even though Boeing has had some bleak headlines over the past couple of years, it is still maintaining a bit of an advance in its stock price. And we're just looking to see how far that can go, or if there's going to be any resistance as well. It's still got a decent market cap as well, and volume traded per day is still quite high. So we're still looking to see if Boeing is still favorable for a lot of traders as well. Just looking over the last week as well, as you can see, there's a slight accentuation in the prices, but we'll have a look at that shortly. And also, we're having a bit of a hold with the analyst ratings as well. So we're just waiting to see if it's going to, and it's a slight overweight currently as well. So, it's comparable with other similar companies in the market at the moment. So we're just going to look at just Lufthansa first of all quickly. So the last time we looked at Lufthansa, we're just seeing we had a detrimental downturn, obviously, which was when the pandemic hit. It actually picked up when we had some optimism, But now I'm just looking at these recent peaks. Obviously, we're trading very far away from the Ichimoku cloud, which is quite a good sign for some more upside valuation. But prices are starting to slightly wane. We're just waiting to see if anything else is going to come out of this slight bearish divergence on momentum as well. That might bring prices further down. I think if it starts eclipsing this range again, then I'll be looking at this top for a nice take profit position in this area here. However, if we start seeing prices falling, then I'll be looking at the recent lows and probably just piercing the top border of the Ichimoku cloud as well. So roughly going down to the €10 area in the medium term. So just something to look out for in that respect. And just have a quick look on Boeing. Like I said with Boeing, even though we've had detrimental headlines, we are seeing quite a big pickup here. This is when, well, the 9th of November, which is a key date, as I keep saying, when the Pfizer vaccination was licensed and ready to go. So that's why we saw a big resurgence in optimism. Excuse me. But now, obviously, we see this kind of, well, hopefully V-shaped recovery. But I'll be looking to see if it can just, hold its nerve past the previous peak that we saw, and then we can start pushing higher to the other fresh highs that we saw just in the mid $240 range. So again, as I say, just looking for this for a nice take profit on the buy side, but I'll just zoom in for a bit more clarity there. But as you can see, if we start facing resistance on this line, then I'll expect a test at the lower border, well, sorry, the top border of the Ichimoku cloud. And this is where I'll probably put a nice sell position in as well. So just a couple of things to look out for the aviation field in the next few trading sessions as we close the week out. So thank you very much for joining me. That's all from the Stock Watch today. If you have any queries or comments, please feel free to add them to the post, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a great trading day ahead, and bye for now.